Hey guys, before we jump into the video, I see that many of you come and watch these videos again and again, but you don't actually subscribe to the channel. It would really help us out if you'll hit that subscribe button for us and turn on the notifications so you don't ever miss our uploads. You guys have no idea how much value that would give us. We really appreciate it. Now let's jump into the video. Everybody's saying that real estate investors are the reason that home prices are out of control. Is it true? Are we the villains in this story? Or is there something way bigger happening here? Look, I get it. You see investors that are flipping houses, buying rental properties, and many of you assume that's why homes are unaffordable. But let's take a step back. Are investors really the reason that you can't afford to buy a house? Or is that just an easy excuse? I'm going to give you the real reasons behind rising prices. Supply and demand, baby. Economics 101. There's a housing shortage. Builders haven't been able to keep up with demand since 2008. There's more people looking for houses and there's fewer houses to buy. So what happens? Prices go up. Here's another one. This one's a big one. Interest rates. A few years ago, we had historically low interest rates and anybody could afford to buy a nice house. Now, fast forward, 3 or 4 years, interest rates have soared, housing prices have gone up. If borrowing is cheap, people can buy more. More people can afford stuff. When the interest rates go up and borrowing the money gets more expensive, it's a hell of a lot harder to buy a house, especially if there's a housing shortage. Guess what else has gone up, guys, with this hyperinflation that we just went through? We've seen labor costs go through the roof, and this causes prices to go up. Basically, guys, if, like in any other business, the price goes up for the developer or the person who's supplying you with the houses, they're going to pass it along to the consumer. I know this isn't popular. I get it. I don't like it either. Just because it costs more money for the farmer to get his crops off of the field and to the grocery store, does that really mean that we should have to pay higher prices? Yes, that's exactly what that actually means. Let's talk about zoning laws and regulations. A lot of cities, through regulations, have made it nearly impossible to build new houses or even get permits to renovate existing housing supply. And guys, investors didn't create these zoning laws, but they have to work around them. So let's talk about good versus bad investing. And yes, some gigantic corporations and hedge funds are buying up rental property supply. Most investors are buying neglected properties, especially value-add real estate investors like we are, and like you are if you subscribe to our channel. We're buying up the stock, the housing stock that needs massive renovation. And then, once it's renovated, putting it back into the market. And that helps with the supply issue, right? So the more houses that can go on the market because you, the real estate investor, buys something that needs a whole bunch of work and fixes it up and then puts it back on the market, you're actually causing a downward pressure on the market, and rents can go down and prices can even out. Hey, real estate investor, are you looking to scale your business? You want to learn how to grow right now in today's market? I've invited 25 of my closest friends, the brightest minds in real estate in the country today. Each one of them is going to bring powerful skills for you to scale your business. It's a free event, guys, so it costs you nothing. Links in the description. Seats are limited. You'll learn wholesaling from people like Richard Taylor, who's one of the best young teachers on the planet, or the old pro, the guy everybody loves, Jerry Norton himself. Guys, you want to talk about learning how to scale your business for fundraising? Sharif Melrawar has raised billions of dollars. He's literally written the book on how you can start fundraising today. And that's just to name a few, guys. Again, October 3rd and 4th, 25 of the brightest minds in entrepreneurism and real estate investing. Don't miss it. Put your money to work as hard as you work. And then that leads me to the next thing, market influence. Investors play inside of the system. They don't control it. So take us, for example. We're value-add real estate investors, and when we're looking at a distressed asset, we are looking at what that property will sell for at its highest and best use, and that's set by the market. It really doesn't have anything to do with me. I then buy the property down here, and I force the equity by renovating the property, and then I sell it at what other things that are like it on the market are already selling for. So as a real estate investor, I have very, very little control over what the actual end price is going to be for the retail buyer. So let's talk big picture. Government policies, tax incentives, low interest rates, and some stimulus money all pumped cash into the economy. And investors, unfortunately, we didn't print that money. Governments printed that money. And guys, what happens when you have a huge supply of money on the market? it makes everything get more expensive. Why? Because your money gets devalued when the government prints money. Economics 101. They turned on the printing machines. They gave money out like it was candy. And literally, we were told all of our lives that money doesn't grow on trees. What we didn't know, and the unfortunate truth, is that it doesn't grow on trees. It's printed on a printing press by an out-of-control government that's spend happy. Also institutional buyers, BlackRock and the other big hedge funds that have been buying up real estate for the last 10 or so years. They may be buying up entire neighborhoods. When they do, they never put them back out on the market. They just hold them as rental properties. That's not me. That's not you. That's not the small real estate investor or even a big real estate investor who's watching this. Guys, you're a drop in the bucket. I'm a drop in the bucket. BlackRock can have some effect on something because they can afford and they do buy thousands and thousands of properties. But that's not real. That's big business, and they team up with big government. And anytime big business and big government team up, it's bad for the little guy like us. On this channel, we're for the real estate investor, the small entrepreneur, the small businessman. We're for you. And for those of you that are blaming those mom and pop flippers and the small businessmen,
go yourself.
Another big reason that rents have skyrocketed and that first-time homebuyers are going to struggle to buy real estate right now, in addition to these big corporations buying shit up, in addition to high interest rates, let's talk about this inflation. Inflation has driven everything up. It costs more to go to the grocery store than it ever has in my lifetime. It costs more to put a roof on a house. It costs more to fly across the country or fill your gas tank. And housing doesn't magically escape the inflation. And what caused that inflation? The printing of the money, the overspending by the governments, government teaming with big business. All of these things are bad for you, the little guy, the person who wants to buy their first home, or just normal people in general. The truth is, more real estate investing is needed, not less. You guys complaining about real estate investors isn't going to change your situation. Not at all.
Some of these investors are telling us themselves. This is an investor who has bought a lot of property in Puerto Rico, and in this video he says, buy and hold, do nothing, and watch it soar. So buying a building for $24,000 and then being able to sell it for $200,000 is still very much worth it for these investors, but it's terrible for the community.
You can keep complaining, and your life's not going to get any better for it. But if you're willing to take the time to learn about some of these things and change what you do and the way you think about stuff, educate yourself a little bit, in other words, and live into this great capitalist society that we have, you could change your life for the better. So what am I talking about? I want to encourage anyone who's listening to the sound of my voice by telling you that real estate investor is the great equalizer. Real estate has been building wealth for people for generations, actually centuries. It's the easiest asset to borrow against and to buy without any money. Anyone who's listening to me could become a real estate investor. And we've got other content out there where we show you exactly what we've done and how we do it. We even talk about why, and we're constantly inviting you to come and learn, to come and network, maybe even partner with us on a deal. So find the link in the description for the free community on Skool. It's called the Flip Flop Flipper Real Estate Investor Community, and join us over there. When you do, send me a DM. Tell me that you saw the video and that you want to talk about becoming a real estate investor. If you're a real estate investor like me, investing on the island of Puerto Rico, one of your major frustrations has been, and will probably continue to be for a while, the data. Data's just not really available on the island of Puerto Rico, at least not until now. Red Atlas is solving the data crisis on the island of Puerto Rico, and inside of our Apex group, that's our premium group where we're doing deals with members, you get 4 months of free Red Atlas. So the link's in the description. Come join us in Apex. It's worth the price of admission. 4 months free Red Atlas with your Apex membership. Listen, by investing in real estate, you can become part of the solution. And if you want to be a value-add real estate investor like us, you can add to the supply by going out and finding the great deal of a lifetime, bringing the zombie houses back up to life, and then putting them back on the market, thereby increasing supply in the market. If you're tired of watching prices increase and feeling stuck, and you want to break out of the system that's broken, it's time to flip the script. I'm dropping strategies on this channel every week to help you break into this real estate investing life. And guys, it's a good life. Stop being a victim. Subscribe to the channel. You can change your life. There's greatness inside of you. I actually do believe in you, and I believe that anybody can become a real estate investor. And guys, you don't need a bunch of money to do it. Anybody can do it. Real estate is the greatest investment since sliced bread. Come on, let's go.